I'm from Land Speakers Movement, social movement inside South Africa, and we are also linked with other social movements. The situation in South Africa, especially in Cape Town, where I come from, is getting worse. A few years ago, we faced a lot of doubt, and still continues going on. We did speak out. We have our meetings with government, but they didn't listen to us as local communities. There are areas, we've got 9 provinces. 8 of the 9 provinces is already declared as disaster areas. There were places where there's no water available for people to drink. And now in Cape Town, every time we hear about day zero, we live in fear now at the moment because we don't know when day zero will take place. Some of the water taps is already closed down, and also we are forced to use less water. And if you look in the other side, there's a lot of companies like Coca-Cola and big multinational companies that own water resources. For us in the agricultural sector, especially small-scale farmers, we can't use water anymore for irrigation on our plants. So this is a way that we see the situation of this climate situation, is that we as the poor are forced to save water. But you look at the commercial farmers. Cape Town is an area where white commercial farmers plant vineyards, they make a lot of wine. So this is a way for telling us from government side is we are not going to look into the interests of the poor people and the small-scale farmers, but we are looking into white commercial farmers and the multinational companies. We deal also with mine companies that use a lot of water and also pollute water and pollute our environment. Government is at the moment doing nothing about that. They put a lot of policies in place, but the policies is not implemented. That is not coming down to the ground level where we as rural communities hear what government want to do. They just speak about that they're going to deal with climate change, but they are not doing that. That's why we come up with a solution, and our solution is agroecology for food sovereignty, where we believe that we got the answer towards the climate change, that we can save our environment, we can save water, we can look after our water resources, but we don't get any support from South African government. And sometimes they go to all these big events and speak about how good they are in South Africa, but we can speak that there's a lot of lies that South African government are speaking. They talk about transformation, but transformation isn't taking place. And that is why we become very, very frustrated on the ground level, because we don't know when the day zero will take place. Even we can see the dams is less than 6% water in the dams, but the water is still in the hands of big companies like Coca-Cola, SABC breweries, who are supposed to make wine, but beer, but they got all this bottling companies where they want to sell water at very, very expensive to poor communities. People already in the agricultural sector, the farm workers lost a lot of jobs because they chase people away from the farms. But if you look what happened now is that they bring in, there's a lot of Zimbabwe people work for less money on the farms. And that is exploitation of the right of the human being. So the big multinational companies use this climate situation to oppress us more and more. And that say that we can't just keep quiet. that's why it's important for us to use the media to spread out the news that we as the indigenous people, the smallholder farmers, we are suffering inside South Africa and also inside Africa, where other countries come in and they want to decide what we must do and how we must live. And they poison food on us, but we are the food producers. We can provide if we have the opportunity in the agricultural sector. Thank you.